All right. Again, adventurers, and welcome. Another exciting episode of Tears of the Realms. Yes, this is our Cypher System powered, homebrewed Zelda RPG set in our weird, messed up version of the Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom flavor of Hyrule, and the people below me are all super excited to see how awkward we can make this for Lex this week. So,
Thanks, Jody.
I didn't sign off on any emotions.
You did when you joined the cast.
That's
how it works.
I don't like the fact that this episode's probably going to be where Mato gets a healthy amount of trauma. It's a lot to try to improv at 9:30 in the morning.
My love, trauma is how our characters grow.
I
Yep.
know.
My love, trauma
I'm
is
still
present
gonna
every
complain
day.
about it.
Maybe that's why I haven't grown as a person in real life.
You're
would
playing
like
on
some
hard mode. I
trauma.
don't know what to say.
So, yeah, announcer moments. First announcer moment, because I actually have the tweet up so I can talk about it. On November the 23rd, the first part of the Ocarina of Time English dub will be going live, I think, on the YouTube channel for Zelda Universe.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think they've done an English dub before, and this is a new one.
This is a new one. It's a mix of new actors that are coming in for some roles. Those who have done our other dubs and because this is technically a re-release. Some of them are coming back. A lot of the music is going to get retained. Some of our other we have new arrangements for stuff coming in. This is very much a Trevino and his team are going again to make this even better. So
Cool stuff.
tune in next week.
Yeah, Burrs.
Tune in next time.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Does it release next week?
23rd.
November 23rd.
Oh.
That's next week.
That's what.
That's when I'm
what
gonna go
I
see
had the
Wicked.
tweet on.
The way that you started introducing that, Jody, was very opening of Little Shop of Horrors.
Aw.
Okay.
On the 24th day, the month of September.
So
Thank you.
yeah, that's really cool. I think I remember seeing something else going on.
There is a fanzine from Silent Princess that is coming out on the 25th that we reported on recently on the website yesterday. That will all also go and get all the proceeds will go towards Doctors Without Borders, which is a really good charity. So if you want to learn more, we have a very cool article about it on the website, so you can go check that out.
Very, very cool. I just played some music in Roll20 that everyone was supposed to be able to hear. I don't think it
Was
worked.
it the Taskmaster theme song?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
Okay,
Lord.
I was trying to figure out why my computer just started playing the Taskmaster theme song.
Oh,
Hey, speaking of Taskmaster,
Which is why I went and downloaded the damn song, and I wanted the music to play, and Kiri to go, "Oh my god!"
I can't hear it. Sorry.
Oh,
It played.
I-
It played
you know,
through
it-
my
I-
speakers.
I heard it through, and I'm like, wait, is it my audio? Like, what's
I
happening?
was checking because I
Why did
absolutely
I?
have a tab that is a compilation of Taskmaster things open.
Oh, I wonder.
You would.
I wonder if
of course
I've
I
got
would.
my
What's
that
more on-
turned down or something.
What's more on brand for you?
Well,
Either
anyway-
that or Game Changer.
Weird audio issues.
I played
Truly
the Taskmaster
Taskmaster.
theme song
Fair.
because Kiri keeps showing off stuff on her Instagram, and I thought it would be cool for her to talk about it.
If you are in the LA area, the wonderful folk at Geek Public have been doing a Taskmaster LA that's actually kind of amazing and really fun and silly. And I'm on it tomorrow. So If you're not in the LA area, it will be put up on their YouTube, and it'll be glorious. But yeah, we're doing the live show tomorrow. We've already pre-done our pre-recorded. If you're familiar with the show, our pre-recorded tasks.
What is
And,
Taskmaster?
Amazing.
It's
amazing
basically
British
like,
show.
yeah, I would
Post
say-
episodes on YouTube for free, Elias.
Oh,
Go
I
watch
highly
it.
recommend you check it out. It's very amusing. It's a British game show, she said, very loosely. And
It is
basically,
entertainment.
It is
where
much of a game
basically
show as Game Changer on Dropout.
comedians
I don't know
are
what that is
given
either.
they're given these tasks in an envelope, and they are to interpret that task however, and it's a very lovely moment of, is this a think smarter or harder kind of moment. It's great. I
It's
love
a
it.
British game show.
I definitely, without giving spoilers, in one of those tasks, along with the Sandra Jeannerette, we had a very much like, hey, you know what this doesn't say? So that means we can do it.
If anybody wants to see a preview of it, I did put a link in the stream chat to Kiri's
Oh yeah, there's a trailer.
Instagram. And she has a trailer for it, and so you can see some of the stuff. The one other person I recognize other than Kiri is Xander.
Ryan
Uh,
Omega, who is
yeah,
the
he's
host of
amazing.
it, is an incredible host and performer. Those who are big in tabletop might also recognize him from the most recent season of Kolok.
Yeah, he
where
did that,
was
and
the
he-
MC for that, and it was one of the best episodes, not just of that show, but like one of the best episodes of actual play. I will argue, period, and how it utilizes virtual production, and it is something that like is incredibly cool.
He was also the mastermind behind Blank Slate, which is the closest I think LARP has ever come to being a consumable media, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. Which
and
is a
he's the
lovely
nicest
thing.
guy. He's
He's
so
so
nice.
lovely.
I met him
I
last year at
love
Big Bad.
Ryan.
He's great.
He's amazing. If you get a chance to meet Ryan Omega, and I'm gonna tell him I just gushed about him all day. But
Good.
he's
That I also
one of the best
Anyway.
humans. Anyway, sorry, there's
Is
a lot
his
of cool people on
last
there.
name Omega.
yes.
Yeah. He is
How it
the
works.
Ryan and Omega. Ha, 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 ha.
Is that a Polish
So anyway.
name? Or?
Kurt Omega.
Support Kiri and the other amazing people. Also, Taskmaster is amazing, and I firmly believe if you want to understand British culture, you only need to observe two things: a season of
Channel 4.
Taskmaster, and
Bake
8
Off?
out of 10 Cats does Countdown.
Oh,
What
okay.
is that?
Just,
Countdown.
just watch.
You guys have been talking about things that everyone feels like they should know for the past like 10 minutes. And I'm like, I've never heard of any of these
Elias.
things.
It's okay.
Just so you understand, so there is a show that's called 8 out of 10 Cats.
I
Right?
got that.
And it's a bunch of comedians, and it's like a survey of their audience kind of thing. There was a special event several years ago where the shows did crossovers with other shows. There's a show called Countdown that they joke about being for old people, that you get basically you're doing word scrambles and math and trying to reach certain totals.
Sounds like school.
Right? So
It is.
they had the comedians do Countdown from 8 out of 10 Cats. So it's 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. And it
It's
was
amazing.
so good that instead of just stopping at that one-off event, they made it its own show.
It's now on like season 18 or something like that. Like they've been doing it forever, and it's amazing. Mostly because most of the comedians are either really bad at anagrams, really bad at random math problems, or bad at both of them.
That's fair.
Or super competitive for no reason.
So
Also,
But real quick, I have to shout out my two other people because I'd feel bad if I didn't. Because you said you only recognize Xander. It also includes Jenny Powell, who's normally a producer. She actually was the
Jenny!
original producer of Geek and Sundry Vlogs, and she's fucking amazing. She also works with Geek Public, but she got to be a
contested.
participant this time. And then Joseph Johnson Jr., who's really big, I believe, in the Magic community. I met him for the first time. I wasn't super familiar with his work before getting to work with him, but he's freaking great. I know he's done like a lot of commander stuff if you play Magic. I think also with Iffy. If you
If you know, if you why way.
if you know, yeah.
No, the other
Sorry,
one.
Iffy,
but
that really common
he's
name
lovely.
in Los Angeles.
Really great people.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't actually didn't
please continue.
recognize
I just had to
Jenny
throw
Powell,
that
but
out there.
anyways.
She's got amazing hair now. I mean, she's always had amazing hair, but now she's like she's coming into her jewel tone era, and I'm like, Jenny, I'm here for it.
So yeah, really cool stuff good going on there. Kiri continues to be the coolest person that I know.
What about these guys?
They are also
I'm not
very cool.
Everyone
I'm
knows
not-
Jody has a
Elia,
favorite here.
how dare you? Do you understand how much I am
Look.
delighted at the poison information you have sent me?
Look,
That's great. That doesn't mean I'm cool. It doesn't mean I'm uncool.
I'm
I
so
am
uncool.
outside of your concepts.
I love you.
Y'all are
anyway.
cooler than most.
Other
Um,
announcements.
In the TTRPG world, if you are a fan of stuff that Dropout.tv does, they just released their hack of Kids on Brooms that they use for Never Stop Blowing Up. It is called Never Stop Blowing Up the System. It is based on Kids on Bikes 2nd edition, and it is entirely free. You can literally go to dropout.tv.com or dropout.tv/store, I think. Store.dropout.tv, and you can get a free hack of Kids on Bikes. So do it.
Yeah.
It's very good, and the series is very good. If how Dropout could do that. And then my only other announcement is that I technically turned 30 last week.
Technically?
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah,
I don't know with how these years have been. I don't know anymore.
My grandma used to tell people she was 29, even after her oldest child was 29. Until her youngest child went through her purse and found her driver's license to figure out how old she actually was. So in her honor, every year I'm 29 for the blankth time for my birthday. So I think
that's
that
funny.
is something that if you want to join in, Lex,
I can't.
feel free.
So my uncle texted me last week and it's like, "Welcome to your 4th decade," and I went, "Why did you have to say it like that?"
I mean, we could all just start singing 3090. If that makes you feel better.
You know what? It's okay, because you know what? At least it wasn't what my friends did to one of the first person in the friend group to turn 30, which is they played Turning 30 from Bo Burnham's Inside on repeat. Which was evil.
Thought they were going to sign him up for AARP.
Anyone can sign up for that, apparently.
I got
I know people younger than me who
mail
have AARP.
from AARP, and I was very confused because I'm only 36, so I'm slightly under the cutoff there.
Yeah, I have colleagues at work who are younger than me that have AARP memberships, and I'm like, what? Why? It's in.
Anyway, any other announcement types of stuff? I know that Mushroom Book got funded through Kickstarter or whatever it was.
Mycologist
What?
Primer.
There we go.
The Mycologist Primer by Hunter's Book. It's basically like the Herbalist Primer, but it's specifically for fungi, and it's real cool.
That's an announcement?
It
Yes.
is an announcement
Yeah,
because
there
for
was one
tabletop
last
people,
week too.
like these books are amazing.
An encyclopedia on fungus is a
No,
tabletop.
no. What it is?
Specifically for it gives you both historical uses for fungus in folklore as well as medicinal. It's specifically so you can use that information in a
In your
storytelling
games.
aspect. That is the way it is geared. It is not simply. It is specifically for storytellers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have an announcement.
Ooh.
Anyone going to be in New Orleans next week?
I
Because
will
I am.
not be in New Orleans next week.
So, if you happen to be near New Orleans and want to hang out with me, or come see me present on Sailor Moon and cosplay, let me know.
Are you going to be
Yeah,
in
watch, I
Sailor
just
Moon
won't be there.
cosplay?
But
I will
Elia, you
not
should
be in
check out the
Salem this
Mahogany
month.
Room. It's got some of the best music we heard the entire time there because it was started by musicians. We got to like because our bartender one night was like one of the people who was
Yeah.
investing in it and like a few years back, and I heard that it's still going, and I'm like, yes, it's so good because it's literally all the jazz musicians who play around everywhere. We're like, let's get our own joint, and it's great.
I am figuring out a couple seafood places because there's a person that was from my department is an assistant professor now, and we meet up and have seafood because we're the only ones in the department who love seafood. So I'm figuring out where we're going for that at the moment.
There's
I've
nice
been
food
before. I
there.
went 2 years ago.
Some of the greatest food in the country is cooked in New Orleans.
You can get good absinthe there.
I was about to say the only recommendation in New Orleans is an absinthe bar.
I mean,
I did not know
Alligator's
you were
fine.
also an absinthe fan, Elias. Why
Rarely.
do we not drink more together?
I think
I
we're going to
don't
go to
know.
a speakeasy for the Game Studies Division social hour.
As you should.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the confirmation. The barcade we went to last time closed, so we couldn't go there again. But that's fine.
Well, as long as jazz is still alive in New Orleans, it's all that matters.
If it stays alive anywhere, it'll be in New Orleans.
Yeah.
It stays alive in our hearts, Elias.
I'm too tired
When
to
I
have a
was-
heart right now.
When I was a
Understandable,
kid, I
how would I
actually
say?
got to play jazz in a Chicago jazz club, and that was super fun. We had something like a 40-piece middle school jazz band, and because our owner or our director knew the owner of the jazz club, we got to go down to Chicago. Every one of us had to bring a parent with us because it was a jazz club / bar, because that's how jazz clubs work. And so we had to have all of our parents there, and we had this tiny stage. It's meant for like jazz combos. We had a 40-piece jazz band on there, but we played for real like people in a jazz club, and they liked us, and it was super cool.
well,
Anyway, any other announcements? Well then, I think it's time for us to return to Tears of the Realms. The Tearwalkers have split. After discovering that Hateno was under attack by the Etsu Korimalans, the Tearwalkers were teleported to Hateno in order to hopefully save the town and possibly discover exactly what Etsu Korimala wanted with Hateno. As they got there, Mado immediately, seeing shields up, his home shop up in flames, he immediately ran towards it to save whatever he could. The party, after quickly surveying what was going on, discovered that there were two devices that seemed to be stealing people from Hateno. One up by Zelkoa Pond, the other at the top of the hill where the Akala Tech Lab was. So the party decided to split up, with Zariah and Dilly heading towards Zelkoa Pond, while Adesh and Aino headed for the Teklala Lab. On the way there, Aino discovered that Iki was acting slightly different than normal. As they passed by some people that looked like they could use some help, Iki jumped down and had a conversation with Aino, convincing her that these people were in trouble, they were in pain, and that Iki and Aino could help them. Having never done that before, Aino and Aki were able to help and protect those people, and then very quickly were able to join up with Adesh, who had started battling with a pair of assailants in specialized stalker armor. And that is where we were to turn. So, So, as a reminder for myself, when we ended last week, I believe Zariah was dragging one of the devices behind her as Dilly had just finished remotely accessing it, right? And then...
Did a thumbs up.
Gotcha. And then Adesh, you were dealing with the pair of stalkers, and Aki had merged with Aino.
Yeah, we left off mid-battle.
Yep, okay. However, while all of that is happening, Motto, let's start with you.
Do we have to? Okay.
So,
Oh no, internet problems.
Oh no.
So just because you weren't here last time,
Okay.
we have a map of Hateno here.
Yeah, I know. I see that.
And you obviously can see where Shields Up is.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a tabletop RPG and not a video game, Hateno is significantly more populous than what we see here, and significantly larger.
Sure.
So there are people that live up by Zelkoa Pond, which is kind of the lower income area. There's also housing and stuff like that up by Lake Sumac, which is kind of your higher income area. Down here is also along this kind of path that's just referred to as the valley. And then this is town square, basically, and this is where a lot of the kind of commerce is, and obviously Shields Up is
that like
just
at the
off.
entrance of that?
Yeah, Shields Up is technically on a hill, kind of overlooking everything, because you sell shields for surfing. Obviously,
Right, makes sense.
You'd be in a higher up place.
Yes.
So,
okay, so essentially, if I see on this map that it looks like there's nothing there, there probably is.
yeah, basically most of this area, everything north of the kind of mountains in the south here has significantly larger population than what we see here.
Got it. Okay,
So.
thank you.
That being said, when you guys teleported in, you teleported right where this little green blob is.
That's what I presumed. Thank you.
And the first thing that you noticed was Shields Up is currently on fire.
Yep. And the first thing I did is I immediately bolted away and go directly to Shields Up. Nothing else currently matters at the moment. I need to make sure my family is okay. We can rebuild, but family comes first.
Sure. So, as you get to Shields Up, you notice that the building itself is in rough shape. There are fires everywhere. Parts of the ceiling has collapsed. You can actually see the kind of main entrance to the building is covered in burning debris.
Do
So
I
what would
see?
you like to do?
Do I see anyone? Do I see like anybody outside of it?
Looking around, you can see like one or two people that are kind of rubbernecking around it, but you don't really see anyone you recognize.
Okay. Front door is basically fully blocked.
Currently, yes.
Is there a back entrance that I could attempt to go through?
Absolutely. There's kind of like a freight entrance or a delivery entrance.
Is it blocked?
As you kind of wander over, you can see that the kind of big garage door style entrance. Um, the door itself has kind of gotten knocked off of its tracks, but there is probably about a 2.5, 3 foot gap that crawling or crouching, most people could get through that.
I'm gonna crawl. I'm gonna go crouch and enter.
Okay. So as you get in, the first thing that you notice is just the incredible amount of smoke. You have to kind of keep low to the ground to keep fresh air going. Your eyes are already starting to burn from the smoke, and the heat itself is kind of sweltering. You can see the area that you're in is basically kind of the loading to the dock. So you can see the various shields and stuff like that are like falling over in the back here. There's also a workshop that you've used for a pretty decent amount of time. That is in splinters and shambles. But the one thing that you're not seeing is people.
Do I see signs of struggles at all?
Not particular. I mean, you see lots of stuff being, destroyed and stuff like that, but you don't see any bodies on the floor or anything like that. But again, you were also still in the loading dock.
Can I attempt to like brute force the loading dock door open further?
Sure.
So more of it.
Why don't you make me a courage check? We're going to call this a difficulty 5 because it's jammed and fire everywhere.
With how I'm rolling, I'm gonna use an effort token to drop it to a 4.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if I... Okay, 16. That is a success.
16 definitely works. Also, real quick, take an effort token from Imp. Or, you know what? Hold up on that. I'll wait till Imp's done. Yeah, as you get there, the first thing that you notice is the door itself is incredibly hot. And so you kind of burn yourself at first. You kind of look around for something to give you some sort of a barrier. And you
Can I just use a shield?
It doesn't wrap around the door. Like you...
Okay.
So you pick up some cloths and things like that and use that to create a barrier. And eventually you are able to lift it up to where the door itself is not going to open fully, but you've got it about 5.5 feet up, enough for a lot of the smoke starts kind of pouring out. You get some fresh air kind of blowing in. And it actually makes it significantly easier to see.
Great.
And you notice embedded in the wall are a few shields that don't look like they were accidentally put there. It looks like somebody was throwing these shields, and whatever they were aiming at, they missed, and now they're embedded in the walls.
Well, that's fun. I want to continue just like searching to see if I can find anybody, any sight of just family or anybody else in here.
Sure.
The
Real quick.
building can be rebuilt.
Mm-hmm.
The people cannot.
Real quick,
Full Metal
3 effort
Alchemist disagrees
tokens.
with you.
Yep.
3 effort tokens and 1 reroll token from Imp.
Yep. Thank you, Imp. Appreciate it.
All right.
I'm going to need them rerolls.
The loading dock, as far as you can tell, is empty. But now that a lot of the smoke is clearing out, you are seeing indications of weapons fire. Like you're seeing scorch marks, very similar to what happens when Adesh fires his stock armor blaster.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the doorway that leads into the shop proper. It's a set of double doors. One of them is just kind of hanging off its hinges. The other one is kind of there.
I mean, it's hanging off, but it's also blocked on the other side, so it's not like it would do anything anyway. Can I see the blockage from the parts of the door that are hanging off? Or, like, through it?
This door isn't blocked. The main entrance that goes into the shop is the one that's blocked with the debris. This is a door that goes from the loading dock into the shop.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now I'm compartmentalizing what this means. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, the smoke has made it difficult for you to see anything past the door, but you can see exactly where you can go. And again, as far as you can tell, there are no bodies or anything in here.
Well, I would like to push forward, so I will, I guess, either carefully move one of the doors to get past, and if not, I'm going to try to knock down the hanging door.
Okay. So as you get in, real quickly, roll me a wisdom defense roll.
Uh-oh. Wisdom defense. That's a 12 on the die?
Yeah. Difficulty 4. Sorry, forgot to tell you that.
Yeah.
As you make your way through, you suddenly hear this cracking sound, and you see this massive chunk of flaming roof start coming down. You dive out of the way without taking any damage. And as you look around, you see significantly more movement than you saw before. The first thing, however, that catches your eye is you can see there's a hole in the roof, and directly beneath the hole, there's this kind of crater-ish looking thing. And as you look up, you can see it looks like 3 different people are in here. All of them have a shield of some sort, and they seem to be doing their best to try and use the various shields to either transport non-flammable things onto flammable things, or just beat the fire down with the shields that them.
Do I recognize these people?
Yes, one of them is your mother. The 2 other are employees. And as they see you come in, your mother kind of just looks at you. She reaches over to a display rack and just throws a shield at you, and just goes, "We've got lots of work to do here," and then goes back to trying to fight the fires.
I will grab the shield. I don't know if I can use the player. I don't know if this requires a player intuition token, but I want to flavor it like catches the shield instinctively, because I feel like working at shields up, this is a normal thing. Like they'll just like throw shields at each other. Catches it with a lot of like gravitas, and immediately starts doing the same thing, but also in between trying to help. Motto is just like, "Is everyone else okay? Where's Dad? Where are the others?"
And your mother, in between, like just taking multiple shields off the wall and like throwing them at various fires and things like that, goes, "Oh, your father. He put one shield on each arm, a shield on his back, a shield on his front, and then ran off against and tried to take out those flying doohickeys with the laser bolts."
Yeah, I've heard that there's something happening here. The other tier walkers with me are here. They're handling it, but y'all, I came for y'all because this is ours.
Cut to the scene of us not handling it.
And on that note, what happened here exactly?
We can talk later, honey.
Okay,
We've got
good enough.
fire.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry. And I will continue. I will just join and just continue to attempt to use it to douse the flames, and maybe I should think of a way that this would be easier.
Sure. Why don't you roll me a power check? This one's not going to have a difficulty. It's just the higher you roll, the more you will discover.
Okay. I think I'm going to use a reroll for that. That is significantly better. It's a 14.
14, yeah. So looking around, the shop itself, due to the fact that you've never officially sold any shields that have explosive capabilities, but you guys have been experimenting with them. So the shop itself is relatively fire retardant on purpose. However,
Yeah.
with the sheer amount of flames and the damage, you're very quickly realizing that you guys are fighting a losing battle here. And if you had maybe like triple the number of people that you have right now, and maybe somebody with like a bucket line or something, you might be able to get some of the fire under control. Right now, it just seems like this is a bit of a wasted effort. With a 14, have to do math.
Sorry.
You do. Yeah, I think that's all you're going to find out with the 14. So, with that information, is there anything else you want to try? Like, are there any particular questions you would like answered? Because that was effectively your perception roll. So, are there specific things that Mono would have been looking for specifically? Let's see if I can use the word specific anymore.
Yes. So, hole in the roof, crater on the floor, signs of scuffle. Any blood marks on the walls or anywhere?
Not that you can see, but there's a lot of fire and smoke.
Right,
So if there
right.
was, unless you're like standing on top of it, you would have a hard time seeing blood marks. Especially since with the amount of heat in here,
Yeah.
it would very quickly dry.
Right. This is a very weird question to ask, but I'm going to ask it. Mono would probably know where all the important documentation would be kept in the store, right?
Absolutely. You guys have a manager's office. It is the main sales floor is multi-floored. You have the main sales floor, and then you kind of have like a balcony that you can go up to, and the manager's office is at the back of that balcony, and that's where you would keep all of your documents, sales records, things like that.
Okay. I think knowing that Motto, knowing that this is a battle that we may not win, wants to makes his priority get them out as best we can quickly, and try to save any documentation, because we could rebuild, and if we have what we need, and I don't know, does Hyrule have business insurance?
I mean, of course.
Yeah, okay, great. Motto will turn to his mom being like, I don't think that we're going to be able to get this out. I'm going to go get the documents. And tries to bolt up the stairs.
Okay. As you get about halfway up the stairs, you can see the stairs themselves are kind of engulfed with debris and the things like that. You don't think you're going to be able to use the stairs to get up to this as a second floor.
Do I still have... I made another glide shield, right?
Sure.
Do I have is it enough of a jump off of the glide shield that I could get myself enough lift to make it there?
It would be difficult, and it would require basically riding some updrafts from the fire. Why don't you...
At least the thought is to get at least enough air that maybe I could get on to like get something to climb on, not like jump enough to glide over. To get enough height where I can just either pass that or just get on somewhere where I could climb up to where I need to.
Sure. why don't you make me a courage check? We'll call this a difficulty 3.
Okay. I'm gonna burn an effort token. Because I don't trust my rolls. Really? Well, that sucks. That's a fail.
Fail. Excuse me. So, as you're going up, you switch your shield out for one of your gliding shields. You slam it on your feet, you hit the release button, and you launch yourself. And unfortunately, because of the kind of unstable nature of the stairs that you're on, instead of launching yourself straight up, which is what you're trying for, you launch yourself at an angle and end up smacking yourself on the bottom of this as the stairs, and then kind of falling all the way down. You take 1 point of courage damage as you kind of unfortunately roll through a little bit of fire.
Gotcha.
And as you stand up again, you watch as the remainder of the stairs just crumbles down.
God.
What do you want to do?
How wide is this like stairway?
About 5 feet, wide enough to have like a single person be able to, or I guess 10 feet. Because you could have 2 people kind of walking up side by side.
I wish it was 5 feet. Damn. If it was 5 feet, I would have said I want to try to like essentially straddle the wall and climb up using my hands and feet on the wall. Would Mono, because of the fact that he'd be an outdoorsman person, like have other ways of climbing, like grappling hooks or anything like that?
For your skills, do you have training in climbing or anything like that?
I do, actually.
All right. So, because you'd be trained in climbing, I would assume you would probably have at least some basic climbing gear that you would keep with you in your kind of like loadout pack for when you go on missions and stuff like that. Because it's something that you're used to using.
Great.
So yeah, I'd say you'd probably have a single grappling hook, about 50 feet worth of rope, and maybe a few pitons, whatever those are called.
Okay. I'd like to use it to climb up.
Climb up the wall itself?
Yep.
Sure. Go ahead and make me another courage check to see if you can get it up and climb up. This will be a difficulty because of all the fire and everything, and the fact that this is not meant to be climbed in this way. We'll call it a difficulty 4.
Does trained drop that?
Yes, it does.
So will that go to a 3?
You go to a 3, yes.
Imp, thank you for the effort tokens. I'm going to drop that. I'm going to use an effort token to get that to a difficulty 2.
Okay.
And Lex roll a 6. Oh my god.
Got any rerolls left?
No, I don't. Not unless someone throws one in right now. Am I actually cursed? I think I might be.
I think that this
What'd
is an
you get?
important discussion to have so that we keep interrupting Jody so that he can't continue on before we see if someone gives you a reroll token. Because I think that's really important for us to do right now, and it's a form of filibuster, I guess. Filibuster
So what
is really
did
an
you
interesting
get,
thing to
Lex?
do.
We have wasted enough time
2.
on this too. Yep.
I
So-
could have got myself to a difficulty 1 and still failed.
So as you throw it up there, you are able to get it to kind of catch, and as you start climbing, it shifts as soon as you put weight on it, and it actually ends up burning part of the rope. You're able to save the majority of the rope, but your grappling hook is now caught up there with no rope attached to
Great.
it.
Do we have?
Go ahead.
I'm like, do we have copies of this document probably somewhere else? I mean, that would make sense, right?
To be perfectly honest, it's been close to a year since you've been involved in the day-to-day operations because you've been tier walker training and all that stuff. So generally you guys like to have backups, and you actually kept them in the family home.
Okay.
You don't know right now though.
I'm gonna run back to the others in the main room. Mom, we have backup copies of everything, right?
She kind of looks at you and goes, mostly. Fighting fire, fighting fire,
As
fighting
long
fire.
as okay, we may not be able to get through it. I tried to get upstairs. The stairs are gone. I tried climbing it, didn't work. We gotta go.
But I think you're being rather pessimistic about this. I think we're making good. And then like this huge kind of fire just gets bigger and bigger. Okay, yeah, everybody, let's go.
Everybody out. Let's go. Let's go. And Mado, a little frustrated that everything he has tried has not worked, takes the loss begrudgingly and leads them out the back of the shop and outside.
As you guys kind of get to the front, your mother is just covered in soot and from Imp. Mado, that's rough, buddy. Take a reroll token.
Y'all, I'm so cursed this week with rolls.
You guys are all able to get out, and as you do, you watch as a large portion of the roof just kind of collapses in on itself, and Shields Up begins to kind of slowly implode into a very large bonfire. But as you were going out, you don't remember seeing any bodies or anything like that. So as far as you're aware, no one was inside the building when it went down.
Okay. Were my sibling... Where's the rest of... I will talk to my mom. Where is the rest of the family? Where are my siblings? Are they okay? Or are they with Dad?
They weren't around. They were doing some product testing over in the mountains over in Necluda.
Okay, so they're not here. Okay, I will make sure when I get back to the Tears Core that at least I can have someone check in on them and make sure they're good. Okay, do you remember which direction Dad went?
Your father went towards the tech lab, saying he was going to take these guys out on their own. You know your father.
Yes, I do, and that means I'm gotta go there. I'll try to swing over to our house to make sure we're good. Because that would be also bad. Find people, stay safe, stay indoors. I'm glad you're okay.
All right, honey. Have a good day at work.
Salutes it. Just kind of has a smirk of just, this is a dire situation. Same chipper attitude. And I was like, yep, that sounds about right. There's a little salute and just heel turns and books it. From where Shields Up is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to quickly make a detour to where the family home is. Now, do I get to decide where that is, or do you have that placed?
It's your family. I have a thought as to where I think it would be, but I'm interested to hear where you think your family home is.
I don't think it would be in town square. I don't think it would be by the pond. I feel like it would be in a place where there is a little more, height. Because, of course, Shields Up, surfing. So I want to say, right around here. Where I'm pushing. Right on this, really sharp turn, I think would be where it would be.
My thought was a little bit further north, in the kind of, again, this whole area up here is
Sure.
like the nicer part of town, and you're right next to
The water.
no, see all the squiggly lines there? That's a topographical map. The closer the lines are together, the higher the slope. So that's mountains
Right.
next to you. So I
Okay.
kind of assume that your house would probably be here because you've got
Sure. Okay.
things that slope down to Zelkoa Pond, and then you have a big mountains that go up to the north of Lake Sumac. So
Okay.
and it's the
Sure.
nicer part of town, and your family's relatively wealthy
Okay.
from Shields Up being as popular as it is. So
Okay. Yeah. I'll go run over to there very quickly to like make sure everything's okay, and
So-
then
the
Yeah.
size of the town, we decided last week to get from the beginning of town all the way up to the tech lab. Would take the better part of like 20 minutes to a half an hour. So going from Shields Up to where your house is going to be a similar like 35 minutes unless you have a faster way to get there. Which shield surfing will help,
yeah,
but
I'm gonna shield
you're going
surf.
uphill to get to your house for about half the journey.
I feel like he's done this a lot. I will say, like, I feel like that's fine.
Okay. So go ahead and make me a courage check to see just how effective you are at shield surfing. Again, this doesn't have a difficulty. It's just the higher you roll, faster you're going to be.
Keep rolling that, please. 15.
15. Cool. So yeah, you because Shields Up is already pretty high and you already had your gliding shield out. The first thing that you do, you've got a charge in it already. You redo it, you launch it in the air, and you're able to glide probably about half the way there, cutting off about 15 minutes from your travel time.
Great.
And then you're able to get the remaining distance in another like 15 minutes. So
Okay.
grand total takes you about 15 to 20 minutes to get there.
Great.
Once you get there, where do you want to go? Do you want to go? You know that your allies went to Zelkoa Pond, is Dilly and Zariah, and the tech lab is where Aino and Adesh went.
And potentially
And your
my father.
Yeah.
First and foremost, house is okay?
House is burnt, is singed, but not on fire or anything like that. Like, it's got some damage to it, but it doesn't look like there's any fire started or anything like that.
Okay. I will take that. Heel turn, going up to the lab.
Okay. So, going back to Aino and Dash.
Pew pew.
Really, computer? This is what you want to do now? Thank you. So,
Oh God, was that Shields Up?
I have to remember how many hit points they have.
I think they
I
were
like-
both at 0.
While you're figuring
Absolutely.
this out, I'd just like to say to the chat. On Wednesday, I play a Curse of Strahd game with my friends from here, and I play a bard. And on Wednesday, I rolled 10 natural ones, and it didn't matter that I was using different trays or not, or other people who would roll my dice and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm rolling great." I think I'm just cursed. Even on digital dice, I'm cursed.
It gets us all eventually. So, I know you are currently merged with Eki, and you come up and you see a Dash kind of dealing with these two stalkers. One of them, I think last time you attacked the one with the gun, right? If I'm remembering
Yes.
correctly.
I shot down the barrel even.
Yeah. So you can see the one with the shoulder-mounted gun is kind of dealing with that. Do you remember what the result of that attack was? I don't believe you succeeded.
No, I did. I absolutely did.
Absolutely did. Okay, cool.
I think I had a minor effect even, I thought.
Cool. So we will go like that.
It did not I wanted to initially like overload
Mhm.
his weapon and that didn't succeed because of how he's built, but it was like a
I think that's what I was remembering.
he got an aurora blast directly.
Okay. So you can see like they're
He was
now kind of like
displeased.
they're now like scorch marks on the armor. It's itself from the aurora, and you can see like every so often you'll see from the helmet you'll see this little kind of spark come off. You've obviously done some damage to the suit itself, but it seems to be mostly in working order. And as you guys are as he's recovering from that, you see three more kind of more standard looking stalkers are running towards you guys. And I would like you both to roll initiative for me, which is just a wisdom. A wisdom check.
19.
19, cool. And
Minor
Dino?
effect. I'm fast.
I'm seeing this.
That just becomes speed.
There's no way to add to initiative in this system, is there?
No, you can be trained in initiative,
Okay.
which basically what that does is it just makes it easier for you to move. The way initiative works is each creature has a level. So like a level 4 creature, if you want to go before them, you have to roll a 12 or higher.
Oh, no
So
worries.
things like
Okay.
that.
I'll just have a base 7 then. It
7.
was
So yeah,
not a great
you'll
roll.
be going after Buddy, I think. Except for maybe...
That's fine. You can all be my opening act.
Yeah. All right. So, Adesh, you're going to be first. So as a reminder, there's the stalker that's got the shoulder-mounted gun that shoots
War
darts,
Machine and the
apparently.
Hulk, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. You remember all of it. Cool. What do you want to do?
Let's focus on the one that seems like he has the most damage. It's probably War Machine, right?
Yeah.
We'll go with electric type element charges here.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I remote detonated his antenna to get his attention. They were over the device. Okay, so there's a device there too. All right. I know that my fire and shadow fire ability is temporarily disabled. Does that affect my shadow shot ability?
You're gonna have to remind me what your shadow shot is.
It's my Tears flavor of the cutting light ability. Thin beam of energized shadow from my hand. It's close range, I think. Close range? Immediate range, excuse me. So it's like a melee level attack. I don't know if I'm there yet, but I just want to know if that's an option I have.
You are
Because it's
currently
flavored
not in
to shadow.
immediate range.
No, yeah. In terms of just
but-
using the, it's flavored as shadow, and I know I have a weird shadow thing right now, so I don't know if that's part of it.
Let's put it this way. Due to the fact that you haven't actually tried to use that ability, you don't know if you can use it yet.
Use it since
But it
the disable.
Yeah, you haven't used that particular power since you lost your control
Okay,
of
yeah,
Shadowfire.
fair enough. All right, so I'm gonna close the distance. Can Can I get to immediate range from where I am right now, or does that seem like it's going to take another turn?
So currently, currently you guys are at long range.
Right.
So for your action, you can either uh, move an immediate range, which is about 10. Immediate range is 10 feet. So you can move an immediate range and do something else, or you can move a short range as your full action. Or if you want to push yourself, you can make a courage check and actually move a long range as your action. But you don't have like a move and an action. You just have an
So
action.
close the distance, I wouldn't be able to attack, but I could maybe
Yes.
do it. All right, I'll just get as close as I can for now and let off an elemental charge attack. Lightning,
And who are you aiming at?
the War Machine guy.
Cool.
Target long range inflicts 4 points of damage. Do I have to roll anything for this?
Yep, it's an attack roll. So power. It's a power check. And again, how combat works in the Cypher system is every creature has a level. So this is a level 4 creature. So it's a
Right.
difficulty 4 attack.
Let's go ahead and use an effort token.
Okay, brings it down to 3.
Yeah, I'll just use one. Okay. 18.
18. So, attack rolls are special in the fact that you can get extra effects rolling as low as a 17. So with an 18, you can actually just add 2 extra damage to the attack.
I would love to add 2 extra damage to that attack.
Cool. So, I know you kind of look over and you watch as Adesh starts moving forward, and as he
quick.
does, go ahead.
Does it have to be damage, or is it...
That's the only
Okay, yeah, just checking, just
benefit
checking.
you get for an 18.
just checking.
19s and 20s, then it's either higher damage or minor or major effect. But
Got it.
18 is just extra damage. So you watch as Adesh starts moving forward, and you watch as he pushes his hands together. As he pulls them apart, you can see these lightning bolts kind of dancing between them, and he points them Raiden style. And you see this bolt of lightning go past. It strikes the War Machine looking one right in the chest. You watch as one of the chest plates kind of like gets blasted off. You can see this huge shower of sparks, and looks pretty bad. I think total that's 6
That would
damage,
be
right?
6 damage, yeah.
All right. It's looking rough, but he's still operating. Is that going to be the end of your turn?
Yeah, in addition to getting as close as I can, which...
Yep.
10 feet closer, was that right?
Yep, 10 feet closer. So we're going to start off with the big dude, and he is just going to straight up run directly at you. You see him kind of get his big metal gauntlets ready, and he makes a mad dash for you, and then runs out of things he can do for his turn. Then the one... The War Machine looking one is just going to look at you and take 2 shots at you from his gun. Go ahead and make me a 2 wisdom defense rolls.
Difficulty.
4.
So their level applies to attacks and defense.
Yeah, with a few rare exceptions. Like sometimes there'll be monsters that attacks as a level something. But for the most part, the level of the monster is everything you're going to be rolling against it. Elias, how do you not know who Raiden is?
I don't play Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Okay, but Mortal Kombat also is like one of the most iconic fighting games. What?
Right. I would have to care about fighting games outside of Smash Brothers to know who he is, and I don't.
Okay, whatever.
Just wait till they add Raiden to Smash Brothers, and then we'll be fine.
No, I still don't care about him. I don't even know who
It's a very,
that
very different game.
wrestler guy is who threw Ganondorf into a volcano.
You mean
Support.
Kazuya?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's right.
So Tekken more important than MK.
Hey, I like Tekken.
I don't.
I'm not saying
Not
anything bad
very
about
fun.
Tekken.
I did fight.
Eddie Gordo.
I did play Injustice, the Injustice games, because I knew those characters. All right, I'm gonna go. First one's a 6, that fails. Second one is a 7.
Okay. So, as you are watching this huge monstrosity come towards you, you see these 2 bolts of red energy just fly just barely over his shoulders. And first one hits you right in the shoulder, does 4 points of damage. The second one hits you right in the stomach, does another 4 points of
What kind of damage would you say?
just regular damage. So
Courage.
we'll go from courage first.
So that's
then,
8 total,
wisdom,
right?
then power. Yep, 8 total.
Ow!
All right.
I say aloud.
Dude. Stu.
And then
Thank
the
you.
three other dudes are going to move forward, and one of them is going to take a shot at you. 2 of them, though, are going to shoot
they're in
at
shooting range.
the
That's good.
glowing Aurora deity that seems to be there as well.
Aurora Borealis?
So I
That
need
is choice, I suppose.
a wisdom defense roll, 1 wisdom defense roll from Adesh, 2 wisdom defense rolls from Aino, and these are going to be difficulty 3.
The normies.
Yeah.
No, okay. I'm gonna use a reroll here.
20 on my first one, so that guy ain't freaking doing shit.
Okay. You can figure out what you want to do with that major effect at a second here.
I have 2, one that is gunmetal, and one that is this color. This gave me the 7. This gave me the 20. This one is now
Okay.
my favorite.
Okay. So, and then Adesh, what'd you get?
3.
3. Cool. So Adesh, you take another blast to the chest, take another 4 points of damage.
Ow! I'm now 1 down on damage track. Is that impaired or debilitated?
That's impaired. So I know you take 4 points of the damage as one of them hits you. However,
I thought I had to roll twice.
you did. You got attacked twice. So
Yeah.
you're 20. You dodged
But
that
I didn't
one.
tell you my other one.
Oh! I thought you said you got a 7.
No, that was when I was rolling before with initiative.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So the first one.
I just have to beat a
missed.
9, right?
Just have to beat a 9. Yep. So go ahead and
My
make another.
second one, I used a reroll for that because my first time I rolled it, I got a 6, but then I rerolled and I got a 15. So
Okay.
I got
So,
a 2 on my roll and rerolled to a 3. And then just
okay,
called it.
but he did get better.
So the 2 bolts start coming towards you, and without thinking, you just kind of move to the side and you watch as them just kind of go past you. You did get a 20. That's a major effect. Is there a particular
On a
thing?
defense? Oh,
Convince the god that you are also a god.
is
Like, just have this be our reality in every single tear.
How does this sound? What if, with your major effect, you seeing your ally not doing very well, kind of extend your hand and just push him out of the way, and the attack that was supposed to hit him misses?
I like that.
Cool.
Just boom,
Adesh,
boom,
regain 4 hit points.
I'm no longer staggered.
Oh god, you were staggered? Okay, then I really like that as my major effect.
Well,
Oh, don't hurt my friend. Oh, don't do it. No.
I am the god of healing.
I am the god of moving you gently out of the way of danger.
So, Adesh, you're seeing this bolt coming straight for you, and like, this is going to hurt. And then suddenly you see this bright flash of light, and you feel this pressure on your side as you're just pushed out of the way. And you see Aino just kind of sitting there with this weird kind of grin on her face as she turns back towards the creatures. And it is Aino. It is your
Thanks,
turn.
I think.
All right. Trying to. I'm having trouble remembering who is where without a map, without them on the map. I'm realizing. Okay. So
Basically,
we've got the three normies, and then we've got War Machine, who's the most damaged right now,
Yes, very, very damaged.
and then
And the Hulkbuster, who is not damaged at all. And the
who?
Hulkbuster is right next to Adesh. He's in an immediate distance of Adesh. Everyone else is at a long
Fantastic.
range.
Then I'm
About to punch
gonna
me.
go for Hulkbuster because
Okay.
he is directly threatening my dear friend Adesh. Um, how close does that make him to me? I'm sorry, I'm asking so many questions, Mr. Bird, without a visual.
Immediate distance. So you can
Okay.
get to within melee if you want to, or you can stay far enough back to just shoot stuff at him. But you were both pretty close to each other when this started.
Could I safely do an Aurora attack without hurting Adesh?
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
You've learned to pinpoint strike your aura attacks.
Fantastic. I would like to point one of those at this creature that is going to hurt my friend and has
Okay.
tried to hurt my friend. Attack roll. Do I remember what I'm supposed to beat on the attack roll?
For that one, no one's attacked him yet, so you haven't found out that it's a difficulty 5 roll against him.
Fair enough. Ooh,
He's a
okay.
little bit higher level than
Well, then
War
we're
Machine.
gonna use our effort and edge to bring him down to a 3.
Okay.
Is he right there? Okay. Hmm. Come on, come on. I don't want to use another reroll, so you better be good. You better fix my life, you little shit. No. So that is a 15.
15 definitely hits. So you extend your hand, and another kind of bolt of Aurora magic comes off, smacks him directly in the shoulder, and you watch the massive kind of pauldron that's built into this just goes kind of gets just shot off. How much damage does that do? It should say in the ability. I want to say it's 4.
I think it's 4, because I think I did 6 last time.
Learning Aurora attacks.
Uh,
Yep, 4.
Aurora Flames is 4 points of damage.
Yuppers. All right.
Oh, I forgot I could do the flash. It's amazing what happens when you scroll down further on something that you forgot you could scroll down on.
All right, so you're able to hit it pretty solidly. And then we go back to the top. As you guys are fighting this, you suddenly hear this sound of metal scraping on dirt as a wild motto appears. And
Yay, Motto!
Ah!
Join us! Join us! Join us!
Hi. Do I see like my dad anywhere?
you do not.
Is my dad here? No.
Have you seen
would
a
like
slightly
you-
older man who looks like me?
I would like you to roll initiative for me, though.
Eight.
Cool. You'll be going just before Ino does.
Great.
So, Adesh, you see,
It just means you wait and watch to see what happens, friend.
you see
Yeah.
Motto kind of cresting the horizon and kind of shows up. But he seems a little bit flustered and probably isn't going to do anything before all the bad guys get to act. So what would you like to do? You're now an immediate distance away from the Hulkbuster. Everything else is still a long distance.
Does this game have opportunity attacks?
Technically, no.
Great.
Right.
At least not that I can remember.
I'm going to. Actually, let's see here. Am I able to use... Oh, this is risky. Okay. Can I attempt to use my amulet on the guy right in front of me?
Ooh. What specifically would you like to do? Like, it makes you more convincing, but what do you want to convince him of?
I'm gonna try and convince him that I've been attacking the War Machine guy only because he's an imposter and we both need to focus on him right now.
Okay. It's going to be hard.
I love this.
It's, you know,
Is there a way
risky.
I can somehow assist you?
I have no idea.
Wait.
I think you attacked him already, so...
I know, but can I use a player intrusion token to assist Adesh with my mind reading?
Okay.
We're gonna mess with this guy too much.
Sure. Okay.
And if not,
Jody is
that,
panicking.
Are they?
No, I
are
like
they-
this. This is
Are they
cool.
robots or are they people? They're people.
They're
right?
people in suits.
far
Okay,
as we
cool.
know.
Because I'm going to give you two options. I could either utilize my mind reading, or I have, as I just discovered, the Aurora Flash, which assaults their mind with the Aurora, and ignores armor if the creature has a mind. So they would take 2 power damage
Let's go with
and have an assaulted mind.
my,
So I'll say I'll put it this way: if your intent is to help him convince this person,
Yeah, that.
the Aurora Flash is not going
That
to help in that
seems- yeah.
instance.
I
but
was
the-
just like, I was thinking like maybe it's just a really aggressive version of the thing from Men in Black. I don't.
But the whole
On
mind
par
reading
with
thing,
heavy drinking.
100%. That'll definitely do it. So go ahead and mark
Great.
off a
I will take off my
that.
player
I will give you
intrusion.
2 assets for her mind reading power. So it was originally going to be a difficulty 6. That brings it down to a difficulty 4.
okay.
Use your effort if you have it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. And
If I could give you some of mine, I would.
yeah, let's go ahead and
I
use.
think that's the best version I've ever used a player intrusion token for. It's just hey.
2 effort tokens, which is the most I can use.
So it brings it down to difficulty 2.
And I think that's all I can do.
Gaslight the host. Gaslight the host.
Are you trained at all in persuasion or something akin to that?
No, it just comes from my amulet,
Okay.
letting me
Is that-
persuade when I normally shouldn't be able to.
Okay. Because that would be the only other thing that can reduce the level would be if you had a skill.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. Just roll
All
better than a
right,
6.
let's see, because it's been a while since I used this. Oh, wait, okay. It says I use 1 charge of this amulet to give me an asset to the roll to persuade.
Well, you already have to 2 assets from
Right.
that. So, but basically, the way I'm treating it is the charge is what's allowing you to do this.
Okay,
Without
that
the
works.
amulet,
That
you-
works.
you
Yeah, because
100%
there would not
be
be a
able to
way
do
to. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that works.
The amulet is making this possible.
All right, let's. All right, so power level 2.
I love this. This is great.
Gonna use a reroll on that.
Hey, bro. That guy's an imposter. I'm your friend.
Say something only they would say.
Okay.
This is literally what happened to Elias in the last game and Aruna nearly drowning. Just in reverse.
Good.
I
Love this.
first rolled a 4. and so I used a reroll, and now I have rolled a 6, which works.
It works perfectly. Okay. So,
Oh my God, Dice, you had one job, and it was so small.
Hey, it got there.
Hey,
so
better than I roll.
I know. As you're sitting there, kind of watching everything happen, you watch as Adesh kind of puts his hand on the amulet. Real quick, from Imp, take a reroll token, Adesh. And I know, also take a reroll token, both from Imp. You watch as and Dilly take a reroll token from Imp.
And Motto.
And Motto take a
You
reroll
get a
token.
reroll token. You get a
Thank
reroll
you.
token.
Everybody.
And done. Oh wait.
So you watch as the amulet that you always see around his neck, but I don't think. Have you ever used your amulet in the game thus far?
I
It's
used
not in my
it
presence, I don't believe.
once in the Minish world. It looked different.
Oh, okay.
And I know I wasn't paying too much attention at that time.
So as you
I
see
don't
him
have other
kind
things
of
to think about.
place his hand on the amulet, you watch as the amulet starts activating. You realize that he's doing something, and you watch as he kind of focuses on the person, and he seems to be speaking to them. And you can see like the words that he's saying seem to be kind of dripping with magic, but the person just doesn't really look that convinced. Like, it's hard to tell with him having like a face shield on, but body language wise, you're like, oh, what's going on? And it's one of those things. It's like, I wish I knew what was going on. Wait a minute. And so you sit there and you focus and you start reading his mind, and you can see basically what's happening is Adesh is trying to convince this person that the War Machine dude is an imposter. And you're like, well, that is a very bad lie. Like, who would believe that? And as you're listening to the kind of conversation, Hulkbuster is not believing any of it. And so you sit there and you're like, oh, this is going to go very, very bad. And so you just start kind of planting little doubts in his mind. He's like, well, he did say that you did not smell very good this morning, and he never said that before. You always, and that you took a shower this morning and you smell very good. Like, you put like the smelling things
for
on.
some reason, he had oatmeal for breakfast, but you very much recall him calling oatmeal just sludge that no one should ever put in their body. Something is not right about this guy.
So, with that little bit of aid,
I love that you have no idea this aid is happening as well.
he has a face shield on and everything, so you have no idea what's going on. But as far as you can tell, you did the thing, and now you just have to wait and see what happens next.
I'm gonna commit to the bit and keep charging the War Machine guy.
I love this
Okay.
so much.
So you go past. You, since it's the end of your turn and it's now his turn, you feel a very large gauntleted hand grip your shoulder. And you look back and you see this, again, massive fisted metal machine kind of look at you, and he nods.
I nod back.
And he looks at War Machine and just, again, starts barreling. And I'm going to burn, because this is what I was going to do last time. I'm going to burn a GM intrusion token so that he can move and attack this turn as he charges through.
Love how we
Well,
pivoted this GM intrusion to work in our favor.
Look,
I'm gonna let
Jody's here for the story.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Kiri roll this for me because GMs don't roll in general, and I'm afraid what happens if I ask Elias to roll this. So
What am I rolling?
you're going to be rolling the defense roll for War Machine.
Oh, the
You need to
defense
beat a
roll.
15.
Okay. Is it cheating if I use the one that's burned me before?
Go for it.
Wait, no, that one likes evil.
11?
11. Yeah, not enough. So moves forward and boom. You watch him connect with the bounty hunter, and you watch as the helmet shatters.
Shit.
And he goes down hard.
Like, is there a head left, or?
Yeah, head's
Okay.
still very bloody, missing a few teeth. Like you see it as like bits of helmet and teeth just go flying in one direction as the rest of the body goes in another direction, and it just hits the ground. The three kind of neutral guys are trying to figure out what in the hell just happened. Not quite understanding what's happening with you three. They see a new combatant on the battlefield, and they're just all going to take pot shots at Mato.
Rude.
So Mato, I need 3 wisdom defense, or you could use courage defense if you want. If you want to just block it with your shield. But yeah, difficulty 3. As all of them start taking pot shots at you. You are muted, Lex.
Why? Hey, Zoom. Stop it. It was wisdom or power?
Wisdom or courage, whichever you
Wisdom
like.
or courage.
Wisdom is you dodging out of the way. Courage is you blocking it with your shield.
We're in a block with shield just because that's the thing. It doesn't matter here. I'm gonna roll like Garbo regardless. I have to do 3 of these?
3 of them. Difficulty 3, so
Lord.
9 or
All
higher.
right. I'm gonna take a reroll on the first one. So the first one's a fail. I'm gonna roll the other 2 in app. Because this is insane. Okay. Second one is a 15.
Okay, make the save there.
11 for the third.
Okay, so you see these 3 bolts of energy coming at you, and you bring your shield up. You deflect one, and it goes off. You bring the shield up, deflect another, but you've risen the shield so high to deflect it. One goes right under the shield, hits you right in the rib. You take 4 points of damage from that.
And that's in courage.
Yep, always, unless they specifically say something, it always starts courage first, then wisdom, then power.
Thank you.
All right, Mato, it's actually your turn now.
Ow!
I love the idea of you showing up going, Dad? Boom, boom, boom.
So you've met him, I see.
Oh, hi, so.
Or we can go with the Star Fox meme. Father.
Sure.
So currently there are 3 dudes with guns that are a long distance away, and then War Machine is currently a long distance away from you as well.
Who's the one that hit me?
The 3 dudes with guns.
They each took a shot.
Yep, all 3 of them took 1 shot each.
I am going to... This is dumb, but you know what? I'm already rolling like Garbo, so let's just lean into it. I'm going to take another one of my shields and literally just yeet it towards the one that specifically actually landed the hit.
Now, your character, because of how it's built, you can move a short distance and still make an action by shield surfing. So if you want to move up and then still throw something, you can do that.
Yeah, so I'm going to use one of my Buster's shield, and like he takes a shield, starts surfing on it, takes out his shield, presses the button, it comes out, and it is steel chair.
Okay.
And I am going to, if I can, do I have enough distance to hit him like dead on, or I still would need to eat it?
You still need to eat it. He's a long distance away. And
then
you
I'm
can
gonna
only move a
eat
short
the
distance.
steel chair at him.
Okay.
From closer. Now this gives me +1 damage, but that requires me to hit.
Yep. And I'm going to say, because this particular shield is not designed to be thrown, it's going to increase the difficulty by 1 level. So it's going to be a difficulty 4 attack.
Great. Cool.
Love that for you.
Burning an effort token.
All right.
Doesn't
Brings it back
matter
down to a
because you
3.
can't go down to a 10. All right. Natural 20.
All right. So you have a choice here. On an attack roll, natural 20 can just give you 4 additional damage, which is basically almost double the amount of damage that you're doing. Or it's a major effect if you have something else miraculous that you would like to happen.
Well, give me like 2 seconds to re-look at major effects because I don't remember them offhand because I never roll natural 20s. Hold up really quick.
Let's put it this way. The standard major effect is you do 4 extra damage. So basically
Okay.
double the amount of the damage. So any other major effect should probably be on par with basically being able to attack twice. For example, if you would like, we could, just for your major effect, have your shield ricochet and hit 2 of them instead of 1.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. What's the
Captain
what's the
America
total
physics.
the damage then?
It would be an additional +1 damage.
And how much the attack normally do? I think it's we call it a medium weapon, right?
I don't actually have what size. I'm gonna go ahead and say sure. That sounds right.
See if we've got something in here. Shield attack. Yeah, we actually do have under your attacks. We have a shield attack. You do 4 damage normally. So 5 damage. So you guys watch as Matto starts going forward. You see him kind of kick one of his shields onto his feet
Oh,
and
here it
starts surfing towards it. He takes another shield out, a really kind of big shield, and he just hurls it. And as it goes, it smacks one of the dude right in the head, knocks the dude's helmet off, lays him out, and then it ricochets off, hits another dude right in the ribs. And you guys hear this kind of sickening crunch sound as multiple ribs break, and the guy hits the ground really, really hard. And the shield comes back because that's how Captain America works.
The power of the steel chair.
Stalkers hit the floor. Let the stalkers hit the floor.
Look at the floof.
And I'm gonna look around just very quickly double check. None of them are my dad.
None of them are your dad.
Good. Okay.
Feel really
love that
bad
that's
if
an
after you
ass.
knock one's helmet off, you're like, Dad! Shit.
I
I mean, he did just attack you, so.
So, I know.
Yeah.
There is one, the 2 ones that Mato hit are just done. So there's one kind of grunt left. War Machine looks to be down for the count, and then you're not sure if Hulkbuster is on your side or not, but he did just help you out.
He did, so I'm not gonna attack him immediately. Since I already did a little bit of mind ready with that guy,
Sure.
and everybody's like not immediately in my vicinity, am I able to also like continue to read his mind for a minute and get some surface thoughts of why the fuck are you guys here?
Sure. I'm going to have you roll a power check for that.
Absolutely.
I'll give you 1 asset because it's psychic powers. So difficulty 4 right now.
4 times 3 is 12. Okay, trying to beat 12. I'm going to see if I can manage that without an effort. And if I can't, I have a few more rerolls. That was definitely not. We're going to burn a reroll. That was a 3. It's. Oh, no. I rolled a 3. I'm not. I have more than 3 rerolls. So. Okay, we're switching dice because this dice now loves 3s.
Sophie, you need to help her roll.
Okay.
Careful what you ask for.
13.
13, cool.
Which
So as
just
you
eats past.
and just to clarify, this is going to be your action for the
Yep.
round. Okay. So as you kind of focus again on him, his mind is kind of racing because he's seeing his friend, and he's already starting to doubt now that his buddy is unconscious and missing teeth, he's already starting to doubt what he was thinking before. He's like, well, maybe like it was oatmeal. Like I mean, oatmeal is.
It's a
Maybe
weird
he was
thing
just
to
having
suddenly believe someone's a traitor over. Yeah, I get that, I
this
get
is
that.
weird. And so he's sitting there, and you have to delve a little bit deeper to get kind of a purpose. But you get this image in your mind of him reading over a sheet that's kind of describing what they're doing, and basically, it seems to be that they are here to harvest to test subjects. He doesn't know what for, but that's what they're here. And apparently, the devices that you guys have found, that is their purpose. Is they fire them in, they suck up whatever people are near it, and then they just take the devices back to Etsu Korimala. So they're really just there to collect the devices.
Okay, so I take it from this there's no way to probably reverse the gathering on that device.
He doesn't know how to do it, but there has to be, because they have a way to get them out of the device.
Brilliant. So I know that they're sorry. From that, it sounds like they are actually in the device.
Yes.
Fantastic. Where is the device right now? Now that in the midst of the chaos?
Well, they were right next to it when the battle started, so...
Yeah. So now that they've both moved, I'm trying to figure out...
It's within about, like, 15, 20 feet of where everybody is right now. Like, you'd be within a short distance of where you are right now. The one other thing that you get from that is when they saw you come to the battlefield all glowy, he was given an additional order specifically to capture you.
No, bitch. Cool. Great. I'm gonna run.
Well, that was your whole action for the turn. With
I know,
getting-
but don't I still have movement?
You in the Cypher system, you just have an action. You can move
Okay.
up to 10 feet as part of that
Never
action.
mind.
But that's about it. So if you want to get 10 feet closer to something, you can do that.
Great.
All right. So, brings us back to the top of the order, Adesh. You have a very confused Hulkbuster in front of you that seems to be questioning a lot of his life choices. And I know seems to be fixated on him. Like, I know now has twice just stared at him really, like...
I've seen her go Messiah. I know what she's capable of, so... I'm going to assume she's
Thank you.
assisting or doing something in there somewhere, and I'm going to use my second charge of the amulet to convince him... Well, I'm gonna get as close, because he went pretty far. Get as close as I can to him while using this charge to try and tell him that, oh no, you made physical contact with his corrupted armor? That's bad. Your armor's about to get corrupted and corrupt you. You need to doff your armor as soon as possible.
Okay. It's going to be another difficulty 5. Like...
As long as it's
This
possible.
is so far beyond the realm of what he's expecting, but he also just punched out his boss. So,
Oh, that was the boss. Excellent.
yeah. I don't know why the boss is a lower level than the lackey, but he is.
You
Can I
know.
I think it's because
another
the
player
lackey can
intrusion
only
token
punch.
Since I'm already in his head.
If you want to use another player intrusion token, sure. I will give you a pair of assets for that. To bring it down to a
Brilliant.
3.
All
How
right.
did you know I'm... Oh, never mind. I am down to 3-player intrusion token.
So that takes it down to 3.
Oh, your armor is having tech issues. Quick,
I'll stick with the 3.
I love you, Im.
This has become a very, very different episode.
Hey, I have a
Suddenly a
goal.
baseline starts going. Boom, go, do, doom, doom, doom.
I did go and watch The Empire Strips Back last night, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah,
that's good to
they're in
hear.
LA right now, huh?
Yeah, it's so good.
Apparently,
Empire
it's coming
Strikes
to San
Back?
Jose. No, the Empire
Also-
strips back.
back. It's a burlesque
That
show.
is true. Oh, okay.
It is a burlesque show, and let me tell you, when Darth Sidious swung in on a disco Death Star to Wrecking Ball,
Yes.
That's-
it was amazing.
Is it just about Empire Strikes Back or all of Star Wars?
No, it's all of Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good name.
Anyway, I rolled a 12, so should be good.
It's
We're
his
teaching
turn,
Elias about a lot of media today.
and being terrified, the first thing he does.
I
is
look
he smacks-
terrified, yes.
He smacks his arms, and the gauntlets just pop off. And you see him like take his helmet off, and he kind of turns to you, and he goes, "Hey, I need you to get the button on the back."
Oh yeah. And I'll try to be like I don't know, like only touching his armor like through cloth and stuff like that, you know, just like really trying to sell this.
The greatest trickster bullshit.
So, the final person that's still alive that hasn't been hit by the chair realizes that something really messed up is going on and is going to just book it away. Motto, since you are heading in that direction, you can let them go and join your friends, or you can pursue.
They're getting the chair.
Okay. Go and make me an
Took
attack
me a
roll.
minute. I had a brief realization of
What?
you didn't mean the electric chair.
Correct.
Pro, you convinced him. Con, you need an Allen wrench.
Oh no. I love you.
That turns into a very different character. Okay.
So it is, and it's those weird Allen wrench that instead of just being like the hexagon, it's like the little stars.
That's not an Allen wrench. That's just like a pencil, like one. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 3.
Chimu Allen wrench over here.
11. Success.
All right, yeah. Boom! You hit him in the back of the head. He face plants. While all of this is going on, since Ilea has been so lovely, just sitting here waiting for
I
us.
did say I'm not going to talk a lot today, and I feel like you've made it so that that's correct.
So, to give you something to do, Zariah is flying away, dragging this, as far as you can tell, extremely heavy device behind her, and there are 2 flying stalkers coming towards her. You've already connected with the device. They don't seem to be focused on you at all. They seem to be very focused on getting to Zariah and the device itself. What would you like to do?
That's a great question. As I read through this sheet. Are they covered in armor?
Yeah, they have.
Do I notice any weak spots or potential openings?
Well, it's you're familiar with the armor because Adesh has the same armor. It is computerized armor.
Ooh.
So for you and only you, that would be a weak spot. For anyone else, it doesn't matter.
Oh, this thing mentions bombs. 1 second. Okay, no, that was just an example. All right, we're figuring out what we want to do. It's been a very interesting time inside the ball, with my consciousness there.
So with the two
Think we're-
things,
Gonna have to do this one, probably. This is just a lot of reading for me. I know it's not interesting.
sure,
Can I do distant interface?
Sure. What
And,
specifically would you like to do with that?
I would like to target one of the people and turn off their armor.
Sure. It's going to be, again, because you've never interfaced with this, it increases the difficulty by 2 levels. So that's going to be a difficulty 6.
Okay, and we're doing this with real dice, if I can find them. Where did I leave the real dice? I can't find them. Too long.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna see what happens.
Right.
Difficulty 6, you said.
Yep. Do you want to use any effort or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. What's the rule on how much effort I can use?
On your character sheet near the top, there should be a thing that says effort. Yeah. You can use up to 2 levels of effort.
Okay. So I'm gonna use 2 effort tokens.
Okay. So the effort's free.
So that makes it 12 that I have to hit then?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Let's make that. Okay. Imp, please be ready with reroll tokens. I'm gonna use a reroll token. Because I got a 2.
Oh
I don't know
no.
where my physical dice are. I got a 13.
All right. So you sit there and you see the armor. It's just itself, and you focus for a second, and one of the 2 from Mistralian Cryotist, take a reroll token, Dilly.
Yay, thank you.
And if I butchered your name, I apologize. You watch as one of them just go, like, you watch as, like, the visor itself glows, and there's little, like, glowing bits all over it, and, like, the gun itself is starting to glow as it's getting ready to fire. All the lights just shut off, and the jets shut off, and you watch it just plummet 50 feet straight down.
With the person in it, right?
Talk about War
Yes.
Machine.
Just
Jesus.
Yay.
there's a big crater in the ground, and the other guy just stops for a moment, kind of goes down, and he seems kind of preoccupied with his friend, which gives Zariah and you enough time to kind of get away with the device.
Yay.
So,
how much
you've-
damage did that do to him?
I think it's a D6 per 10 feet. So,
Can I roll the damage?
sure, if you'd like.
So how many feet did he go down?
50. Like,
Okay,
he's
so
pretty, he was pretty high up
5d6.
in the air.
You got 21.
Yeah, he's red mist.
Oh.
He pancaked.
So, back to Adesh, Mado, and Aino. After Hulkbuster finishes kind of stripping his armor off, he looks absolutely perplexed at this point. Like, you have kind of pushed enough thoughts into his head at this point that he is having a hard time figuring out what's real and what's not. Like, he's like this close to psychotic break. And he's looking at you, and he's looking at Aino, who at this point, because the danger is past, Aki unmerges with you, and just kind of gets onto the ground and kind of circles for a little bit and lies down because he's very tired. What would y'all like to do?
So you didn't see a guy with multiple armor walking with you guys or meeting you guys, right?
All
Adesh,
of them were
I know.
wearing armor. Can you be more specific?
So I went to Shields Up.
Oh yeah, we saw it collapse. Are you is it
So Mom's fine. There were some other employees who were trying to fan the flames. Couldn't make it work. I tried to get our documents. Everything I did didn't work. We just said, hopefully we have backups to go. Dad apparently put on all his like armor, multiple shields, and started heading towards the tech lab, but I didn't see him on the way up.
Your dad booked it here.
Apparently.
Maybe he's in that.
Well. Okay.
We seem to be able to get decently close. I still don't necessarily want to touch it.
That
Hey.
would be something he would do.
Hey,
As you get closer, War Machine, seeing these other two people that have just attacked his friends, just starts looking around and picks up.
oh, I thought he was unconscious.
No, he just took his armor off.
Oh no, I
picks
thought
up-
I thought. So you're talking about the Hulk?
Oh, War Machine. I'm sorry. Not War Machine. He's unconscious.
Okay.
Hulkbuster
Yeah.
picks up a random piece of just a scrap, and he just starts rushing towards Mado with this big piece of metal, getting ready to swing at him. But it's quite apparent that he's not really used to fighting outside of his armor. And so Mado takes very little effort to just kind of move a shield in the way and stop the blow.
We gonna play like this? We gonna play like this, man?
And he turns to Adesh. He's like, aren't you supposed to be helping me? What are we gonna...
Oh, buddy. Listen. With him being unarmored as he is, am I able to use my electric charge in a way to where I just kind of like zap him unconscious really quickly?
Sure. Make a power check for me.
Yeah.
Can I help if I use a player intrusion token? Because if I'm deflecting, can I pin his ass to the floor?
Sure. With a player intrusion token, we'll just say that you tase his ass,
Okay.
and he's out.
It's like, yeah, you sleep. You've done well.
While they've been having this conversation, I'm gonna like slowly make my way to the device.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to touch it. I'd like to scan it if possible, or aggressive
Sure.
learning it. But before, I do want to say an offhanded to the other two. We have to rescue the devices. There are people inside them.
That's why we're here.
Okay, well that's good to know, and also then that would
Do
suddenly
not
track...
destroy them. They're not being transported. They are inside the device. Inside the computer?
Why? I'm not even gonna question it.
They're gathering test subjects.
What? Oh, did you mind read again?
Corinella, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just very into this.
I mean-
Huh.
Hey,
So-
Adesh, remember who you're talking to.
So
I'm very into it.
as you use your aggressive learning, this technology is significantly outside anything that you could learn from it, but kind of combining with the mind reading that you did. The one thing you're able to learn about it, other than the fact that there are people in there, and as far as you can tell, it seems to work using, if not the same technology, very similar technology to the teleportation that you guys use to get here. Like it seems to be using kind of the same principle. It's just instead of transporting people from one location to another, it's just transporting them and then storing them. And you also think that in order to access this, you need one of their suits.
Like one that just got taken off.
Possibly, or one that Adesh might own, but in order to interface with this, you need Etsu Korimalan technology, and without it, this is a really great paperweight.
Okay, but I don't feel like if I pick it up or something with like a gauntlet, it's going to absorb me too.
No. As far as you can tell, it has to be activated. And go ahead and roll me a power check for your learning. And this is just to see how much additional stuff you can kind of intuit from this.
I need you to be real good right now. Please. Please.
You talking to your dice?
Well, that didn't work. 18.
18, cool. So, as far as you can tell, again, the technology is so far beyond even the stuff that's recorded in the library that you used to study. It's so far beyond any of that. You have a hard time completely understanding. But as far as you can tell, you think it works on kind of a pulse system. Something activates it, and looking it over a little bit, it looks like there's kind of a pressure thing. So where when it's launched, as soon as it embeds itself in the ground, it will do a pulse and basically just absorb anyone within about a 50-foot radius.
Okay.
And then there's a way to activate it again, but you guys simply don't have the ability to activate it again, and just grabbing it and stuff like that won't do that. It
Boom.
actually,
Okay.
again, you have to have Etsu Korimalan technology to turn it on again.
All right. We need possibly more of those suits. Dilly?
I
Oh, look,
don't know.
a tech center.
Am I there?
You're
yet?
not. But
Yeah.
I remember in Etsu Korimala you could talk with machines, so that seems like that would be very helpful. So I'm literally just listing up to them. We're going to need more of the suits. We're going to need Dilly. As many of these as we can save. You should be able to pick it up now that it's already been activated. It should have just, boom, they were just here to collect. I'm going to take this up to the tech center. We need to protect these at all costs. I don't know how many people are in each, but
The tech center.
We
The
bring
thing
it
we
back
were
to
going
base
to.
is what.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
tech center in and of
We're-
itself, you guys are right next to it.
Yeah.
So
That-
it's just
Oh.
the building.
that's the thing that I was like,
Yeah,
I
let's-
was going to go there.
Maybe let's
so I'm
move
gonna
all
bring
of.
that there.
I'll grab some of the unconscious people at the suits. I'm
I
gonna.
will also.
As you guys are
Yeah.
talking, the three suits that Lexa destroyed, as you kind of go over there to start collecting their suits, you suddenly see the suits themselves are glowing. And then you start feeling kind of intense heat. And you watch as the suits liquefy along with the people inside them.
Oh,
Gonna run over
But
to
not,
War Machine.
not the one who took him off.
red, red
He
light.
wasn't killed in his suit. He just took it off.
That's
So
what I'm
nothing's
saying, so
happening to
that's
his
still
suit. Yeah,
great.
nothing's happening to his
Let's
suit.
get that.
I'm gonna rush over to War Machine and start to take his suit off.
Okay, yeah.
From him.
And War Machine technically isn't dead. He's just unconscious.
Exactly. Yeah.
So his suit,
I'm not sure how it works, so I'm being safe. Yeah. I
So
was
yeah,
just
his
gonna
suit is
transport
not
him in their
liquefying either.
suits, but yeah.
Yeah, it takes you because his suit is significantly more advanced than yours. It takes you an extra like 5 to 10 minutes to figure out how to get him out of it. But
Yeah. Well, and his
But
helmet
Adesh
was.
is really knowledgeable about getting people out of their clothes.
Yeah.
so.
So that makes up for it. And his helmet was destroyed, right?
most of it, like
Yeah.
the bottom,
Okay.
like the bottom corner of it is just gone,
So I'm going to.
and his jaw is like detached.
My order of operations here is to take that suit off and then focus on the two unconscious people, move them inside and tie them up, especially the big guy. You know,
Okay.
do due diligence, and then move their armors in
Okay.
and try to keep them away from the device in their armors.
So to do all of that take
Takes
you
some
better
time,
part
yeah.
of an hour.
Yeah.
So while he's doing that, I know Motto. What do you guys want to be doing?
Well, I'm taking the thing up to the tech thing to try
Yep,
and
that's
put it
5
somewhere
minutes.
protected.
Yep. So you're totally able to do that.
Well, things I was
there's
gonna
still
do.
Sorry,
stuff
you can.
going on, right? Like battles
If you
are
guys
still.
if you guys look around, because you guys can see the entire town from out here because you're pretty high up, you don't see any other stalkers in there. And Dilly and Zariah over the next hour or so will eventually join you guys at the tech lab.
Did you guys manage to save one of the things, Dilly?
I murdered someone.
That
That's
doesn't
not gonna
answer the
come back to
question.
haunt me.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that the answer is a no.
So you-
Zariah
You
has
did not
a
save
device
the
that
device.
she's
Okay,
dragging behind
that's
her.
what I wanted. Brilliant. We're gonna put it with the others, with the other one.
Zariah saved the device. Dilly liquefied someone.
Murdered someone. There was a lot of red.
Oh God.
There's some.
If
At some
any
point, we should have a conversation about just dealing with some.
villagers
things-
or survivors, whatnot, if they trying to get accounts of how many devices they think might have landed, I want to know how many we might have.
Sure.
I know we got 2, and that's better than none, but I want to know.
So that'll to kind of coordinate with the other survivors is going to take a little bit more than the hour that you have. So if
That's
that's
fine.
what you want to focus on,
Yeah.
then we'll fast forward a little bit then.
Can I assist with
Motto.
that just because I live?
Absolutely.
Because I live in the area, I can. If once things die down, I can go with Ino and like take a walk around town,
Mhm.
and just kind of get a count for how many of them fell, how many people are missing.
Okay. So
Well,
Uh,
also asking if they've seen my dad.
I'm wondering if
Looking
your dad
around-
is in the one that I
Pretty sure your
rescued.
dad's in the rock, yeah.
Oh, it probably, but that'll help confirm.
Oh yeah, there's people in those.
Yeah, we know.
we know.
Oh, how do you know? I talked to them.
The people?
You talk to the people?
Inside?
Yeah. They seemed
Oh.
really scared and freaked
Could
out.
you talk to the one, the other one that Zariah didn't bring back and see if Mado's dad's in there by chance?
What does your dad look like?
He is a. Hold on, I gotta put up the thing because I did not give him a physical prescription. I'm 95% sure. Hold,
Also, if
please.
you're able to figure out
Uh,
if they're gonna starve in there if we're not quick about it.
Mhm. His name is Lero.
Okay.
The-
I would like to interact with the other ball of confusion.
okay.
official
We'll
name.
deal with that in a second. Ino and Mado, as you guys travel around, whenever these devices drop, they leave a very distinctive crater.
Right.
You guys are able to count roughly around 15 different craters, including the
Okay.
2
Yeah.
that
Dope.
were formed by the devices that you have.
Okay.
That is not a great percentage.
No, it's not.
We got here when we did and did the best we could. I think we did good considering response time.
And doing head counts and things like that. Fatalities seem to be relatively low. You think maybe 1 or 2 people might have been injured and died in some of the fires and things like that. Injuries, a couple hundred people have burns, smoke inhalation, stuff like that. But as far as missing bodies, it seems to be, again, with everyone kind of running around crazy, it's hard to get an exact count, but upwards of 500 to 1,000 people seem to be missing.
Cool. That's a lot of people.
Yep.
Okay.
All the lonely people.
You're probably looking
Mod-
at like maybe like a fifth to a quarter of the population of Hateno.
As we kind of come up with that number, I will go to I know and say, so that's like a fifth of this town. That's bad. Definitely bad. This place was where everything was for me. We need to get them out. Let's go to I'm gonna go over to Dilly and see
I
if
know she's gonna keep nodding rather than point out how obvious all those statements are because she knows that Mado is not doing well.
you know, surprisingly, Motto is, from what you're looking at, it's not as like he's not as freaking out as he probably should be. I think the way his mom was like, "Well, have a good day," and being super chill about it, I think puts them as ease of, we will make this work and we'll figure it out, and I believe in you. Just go. Do your thing. So I think while he is like kind of horrified and definitely there's like a level of grieving, there's also a sense of, I don't want to say fully zen, but like it's not like full panic, like shaking, like really big kind of deal. I think that's the thing you may notice with him.
So, Dilly, having interacted with the device before in a combat situation, having all the time in the world to interact with the device, significantly easier. No roll required. As you eventually kind of interact with the device, you go in and you see probably like 150 people in the device. And it's just basically a large white void, for lack of a better term. Like, people can walk around and talk and stuff like that. It's just a big white area.
Hello, is Leroy Jenkins here?
No, no, damn it.
Everyone says,
God
"Oh, you're right,
damn
going,
it!
You're right." Do
Oh
we
my
know
God, he just went
Leroy
in.
Check-ins?
I'm so sorry, Lex.
No, you're not. I
Suddenly
don't
you hear
believe
someone
for
go,
a
"At least I got chicken."
I don't believe you for a goddamn second. I respect it.
Meanwhile,
to be clear,
there's just
I
a guy,
respect
an
it.
obvious guy carrying like 4 shields, just looking around.
This dude, like, literally, he has a shield on each arm. He has a shield on his back. He has a
Literally,
shield on his
John
chest.
John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, like the.
He's like,
Wait,
and he just goes,
is Jenkins Motto's last name? Dilly
Wait
says
a
that
minute.
out loud, by the way.
Did you say Motto? Motto, I got a kid. His name is Motto. Are you talking about
Does
my
he
kid?
really like shields?
Yeah,
many
yeah.
Mottos?
Looks at him covered in shields. Yes, I think you're who I'm looking for. Okay, Leroy, we need to talk.
Leroy. Who's Leroy?
I thought you were.
I'm not Leroy. Okay. How do you know
Who
Motto?
are you?
I don't. Lex, what's his name again?
I love the idea.
Lero.
I
That's
love
how
the
we got
idea.
here.
Leroy. That's my
Um,
half brother. He's a pain in the ass.
Oh, silly
brother.
going, oh, then
Brother,
you're not the person I'm
fascinating.
looking for.
I have lost control
So
on my own
firmly.
backstory.
Happens,
In her
trust me.
belief.
You named
I
him
believe-
Leroy. Did you not think I would end up at Leroy Jenkins?
Eileen, do you think I think at all? Please
Yes.
So no, Leroy.
You have a
He's
master's degree.
that
he's
don't
my
mean-
he's my half brother. He's a pain in the ass. We don't have. He doesn't interact with the business at all. Every so often he asks for a loan. We tell him no. But what about Motto? Like, did you guys bring
He's
Motto back?
outside.
Okay, maybe we need to clarify exactly where is outside. Because
Oh,
I've
you're
been
in a
walking
big
around this
ball
place
of
for like
confusion
6
right now.
hours. There is no
Yeah.
outside.
No. You can't get out, but we're gonna figure out how to get you out, and then we'll free you all. So that's something that's gonna happen. I accidentally killed a guy.
Jesus Christ.
So then,
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that's
Rail? What
perfectly
rail?
fine. It was a warlike situation. There's no chance I could talk to Motto, is there?
I don't know how to do that. I mean, talking to Matto on a normal day is interesting enough, but I'm not sure how to like get you through the metal.
Okay.
So we'll figure it out. But
Off
I'm
the
gonna go
record, I am
tell
game
him
to-
that you're here, and then we'll work on stuff. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Folks, maybe just
Bye, Daddy Matto.
bye.
I hate it
And
here.
soon Dilly has gone from
Rails?
like
What rails?
mentat brain to, oh, she's back.
My God.
Matto,
Uh,
why did you tell me your dad's name was Leroy?
What? No.
He said that's not his name.
No, that's his half brother. He's kind of a dick. His name was Leroy. Look,
Are
My
your
grandmother was
grandparents really not imaginative?
No.
You
I don't know
I
how
can't
we.
say that. All of my siblings' names rhyme.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to
Actually,
say-
no. Yeah. So you really can't.
My
No.
my
That's kind of
siblings
reductive
are
of you.
Jody, Jess, and Jeff. Like, I mean, families
a
have
friend.
themes.
How many? 12 children, all with J names.
Lord.
Yep.
My mom's
Anyway,
siblings
what-
will start
anyway-
the day.
Anyway, why are we talking about my uncle that we don't talk about? Did you?
Well,
did you
there
find
was
him?
a guy in there covered in shields, and he said, "Mato, my boy, Mato."
That would
so we
that
had
would
a
sound
little-
like my father. So he's
Um,
in one of the orbs.
He's in that one.
Oh, is he okay? Like,
He seems fine. He can't figure out how to get out. So I
That
think
makes
we need
sense.
to figure out how to get them out.
I think that's kind of the game plan. We're bringing all these to the lab and figuring all that out. So that's
Well, are you able to like hack that knowledge out of the thing without trying to like
I-
talk to the people?
I
Or-
mean, I was working
I know. Did you
on
learn
it
anything?
before.
sorry. Did I learn anything? No.
No. I know. And
No.
Dilly.
I was working on it, but then we were kind of being chased, and Zariah needed to fly, and then I killed a guy.
We got that. Yeah.
And-
Yeah. Are you? Do we need to talk about it or?
What? No, don't need to talk about anything. No.
Okay.
That's false.
That's.
Uh,
We're gonna address that later. Okay.
yeah. I guess we'll figure out how to open these without killing people inside.
Really
that would
quick.
be preferred. I would like my father to get out alive.
Dilly,
Ideally.
take 3 reroll tokens from Imp. I'm going to quote this directly. Because don't melt Motto's dad.
Please, God.
No.
I know. Did you learn anything from mind reading about?
Oh, I already told you everything I've found out, other than
Oh, did you? Sorry. So then
What happened?
you told us that we need a suit to interface with it.
yeah, we'll need a suit to interface.
I don't think I was here for that.
No.
No.
This is before
I didn't
you had
know.
met
When
us.
you were in there, does it seem like how long had they been in?
I don't know. It's all white. There seems to be no real sense of space.
Didn't Lero say something about 6 hours?
Yeah, but Dilly's not
Yeah.
saying that.
We're
Whether
among
Dilly
people,
heard it or
we know.
not.
Did
It
Dilly?
feels like it was a while, but not like days.
Okay, that's still...
He said he walked around for a long time.
Did anyone mention anything about being like really hungry or?
I only talked to Mato's dad, but no one mentioned hunger in either of them. And then he was starting to rally everyone together. So I guess they can talk to each other.
Right.
But yeah, no one seemed to be cannibalizing each other yet. So if they're hungry, they're not that hungry.
We should check in on that later, but try to get them out as soon as possible.
If we
Yes,
need a
please.
suit to get them out, maybe I can just take a little time and get my
I mean, I
suit.
would definitely recommend giving it a go.
Yeah, I'm gonna start that then.
And
Okay,
then maybe
real quick.
also see if there's anything on your buddy's thing that we took.
Well,
off that
I
might have-
would rather use those suits as a last resort because they might still be
No,
like,
no,
under
I
the
understand.
influence.
I'm just saying.
Those should definitely be sent to the lab. Also,
Real
they're
quick, from Mistralian Cryotist, 2 reroll tokens for Dilly. Quote, seconded.
Oh, God.
Everyone's worried about Dilly melting Motto's dad.
Look, I
Thank
did
you.
not make this character to be a murder hobo. The current state of things is Jody's fault. He gave me these powers.
So,
True.
and you use them.
And you're leaning into it.
so it's going to take
It's
Yeah.
hard to deny my nature, Lex.
More time.
I know.
it's going to take Adesh about an hour to change into a suit. Is there anything you guys want to do during that hour?
can I go back and go to my mom and be like, okay, so good news and bad news ish. Good news, I found Dad. Bad news, he and like a third of the city is trapped in like whatever came down and like was doing weird things. Like apparently a
Oh
budget.
yeah, we had one that landed in the shop, and like our entire customer base was just gone in a minute.
Now, why did it take all the customer base and not you? I feel like it was.
I was in the back getting a delivery, and I came back
Oh.
in, and they were just gone.
Secret evil mom.
I wonder if it's interesting.
Potentate
Um,
mom.
Okay.
Mom,
exactly what I'm
Mom
doing here.
actually is the guy from Etsukuri Mala. Fun fact, in disguise this whole time.
Don't give Jody any. Okay. So, well,
That's why
good
you
news is
tried
that
to feed us.
he got trapped in one of those things, but apparently he's fine. Very confused. And we're gonna try to get him out. This is a very weird situation.
Okay, honey. Well, you just when you and your friends are done, you're gonna bring them over to the house, and I'll cook them up like a roast.
Oh, man, your roast is
Who went with cannibalism
Say
in that
less.
too? I saw Kiri's eyes and I knew that we were thinking the same thing.
I was like, you're gonna cook them up like a roast?
You also thought Give the Chair was the electric chair, so.
Look, I have a brand, and it's uncomfortable, but it's who I am.
I think it's lovely.
put that on a shirt.
Anything else you guys want to do for that? Because that getting down to your
wanna get
mother
to
and
know the
back will be
machines
your
better.
hour.
Yep.
I'm gonna spend my time getting to know the Sheens as best I can.
Okay. As far as you can to tell, they're as much as they are very advanced machines, operating them is relatively simple. They activate basically any humanoid life within the area gets teleported inside them. Normally, to get them out, there's a device in Etsukuri Mala that gets everything out really simple and easy. There is kind of an emergency override to get people out without the collection device. And the biggest issue with the emergency override thing is you can't choose who you take out, and you can only take out half a dozen people at a time. So to get
Okay.
everybody out of there, it'll take a pretty decent amount of time, but that's basically what you're able to learn in that hour.
Okay. Can I also be flirting with the machines in the hour?
Absolutely.
AKA charm machine to make the machines like me.
They like you as much as a machine can like you, but one of them is seeing another machine and rapping. So
Ah, that was a very
That did cost me 2 power points. So
Rapping?
making a Santa Claus reference. Dang.
because they like me, they're 50%
it's the most wonderful
less
time.
likely to cause me harm, and I think that emotional harm would be caused if we didn't succeed at bringing people out. So
Okay. So, Adesh, once you are in your stalker armor, you realize that as soon as you get close, your helmet starts to kind of automatically connect with the device, and a lot of technobabble gobbledygook gets over it with the help of Dilly and Ino. You are able to understand enough to be able to start getting people out of it. It just is going to take you to get
2
both
devices
of
where
those
it's going to take a
devices
while.
done.
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
the amount of time, can I also use coaxing power?
Sure.
Coaxing power boosts the power or function of a machine so that it operates at 1 level higher than normal for 1 hour to increase how
Sure.
quickly we can get people out.
So you can do like 8 people instead of 6. So
I'll start with the
Done.
machine that Matto's dad is in.
okay. So over the next like 4 to 6 hours, you're able to slowly kind of get everybody out of the machines without too much difficulty.
I do like the idea of people coming out and Dilly being like, "Hi, I'm Dilly. Welcome back to your town. I killed someone. Do you need water or a blanket?"
So
As
everybody
I'm doing
gets
this,
up.
I'm just gonna like whisper over to Inos, like, does the Tier 4 have a therapist?
I would imagine it would be required with someone like Kestrel and
Zolta at the very least
Zolta
has
working
one.
We'll
there.
find. Yeah, we'll get a
Very
referral from Zolta. That's a good idea.
Maybe from Zolta is not a great idea.
Well,
Maybe we talk to Kess
we'll
about
just figure out who it was.
So eventually everybody's out, and to make this easier on me, your dad is one of the last people that could come in. So he sees you and goes, "Hey, Mado!
Dad!
Hey!" And he comes, he gets you like big bear hug. You feel your back crack a little bit
Oh,
as
that
he
felt
lifts
good.
you up in the
Oh.
air.
Oh yeah,
Hey!
that's
where'd all
definitely his
those
dad.
where'd all those assholes go? I was gonna show them exactly what Shields Up is for.
It's okay. I did it for you because I wanted to make sure, because I basically followed where you were going, which was the tech lab, and I show them steel chair. I showed them the chair.
It's a good boy. He kind of slaps you on the
Ah.
back, hard enough to leave an imprint.
Ah.
Like, yeah, that's right. Oh, are these your friends?
Oh yeah, I guess you haven't met the Tears Core yet because I've been gone for a while. Well, these are my
Hi,
friends.
I'm Dilly. Welcome back. I killed someone. Do you need a blanket or some water?
That
And
was
he
the one that
kinda-
was talking to you.
He takes you aside from him and goes, "Hey, yeah, I just want to let you know that one right there. Maybe don't leave her alone with sharp things."
Yeah.
Dilly literally has daggers on their arm.
Like,
Yeah.
that one just they're making me a little bit nervous. Is all I'm saying. So
It's
maybe,
okay. It's yeah.
Yeah.
When we know, Dad.
Okay, and who are the rest of these people?
All right. Well, this is Aino and Eki and Zaraya and Didesh. All of these lovely people and I are the Teal Walkers. They're part of my crew.
Wow, so all you guys work for my son. That's just amazing.
No,
Well, we work together. I don't lead them. Let me be very clear. All of them are really, really smart. I
So
just
wait
happen
a
to be
minute,
part
wait.
of it.
Let me understand this. You went from running our company to working for these people?
No,
That
no.
doesn't
We are
seem
team.
like-
We are team of very highly specialized people.
Yeah, but like every team needs a leader. And I just gotta say, like my boy here, like he's been running Shields Up for years. I think if
As
you guys
he's
aren't
talking, she just looks at a key, and a key immediately projects that same recorded
taking
motto from like months ago.
Dilly just goes, "Should I put him back in the ball of confusion?"
Wait, hold on. What was the recording from months ago? Because I cannot remember.
Remember, you were like, "I'm gonna shield surf," and like it just you. I think you rolled a 1
Oh,
on
yeah.
the
I
river
was back.
thing, and
Was it the river?
Yeah.
Ah, that one. Yep.
because the key still has that,
Of course
and we're
he
all
does.
like, ah. She just plays it.
Here's what I've
our-
learned so far. It's being a leader and being someone that runs shops is a really great skill. But for the stuff that we are doing, it is the sum of the team, of the initiative, and everyone has a role to play. And if we all work together for that higher goal, everything works. So
See, that's
we
my
complement each
smart
other.
boy right there. See, he's always thinking like 7 steps ahead.
he sure is.
So, I mean, basically, like you're all on the same team, but obviously, like you look to my boy for all the like decision making, because obviously he
well, I'm
knows
the only
what
reason
he's
that
doing.
you are out of that.
Sometimes we do.
Just fully on. Just
All right, well,
Should he go back in?
I should
No.
probably go check on your mother. 'Cause,
Yeah, so mom's okay.
oh, that's good.
The store's not, but we have backup. We have all the original documents in the house, right?
I mean, it really depends on what you mean by like all and like
Like
original.
the insurance documents and all that, and like
Oh, God.
the
I mean, it's probably
okay.
I've never been like the document kind of person. Like
I
I'm really
know,
good with
that
like
was my
interacting
siblings.
with customers and things like that. Your ma was a little bit more the document thing. And to be perfectly honest, when you were running the business, like you took care of the documents like real well.
Yeah,
And then
so
when
and
you
I
just
hope
kind of up and abandoned us, we kind of had to come up with a new document guy. We do have a document guy. Gotta remember his name. His name. It was something like. It was some. It was. It's one of those names like you hear him, you're just like, wow. You probably got punched a lot when you were a kid for that, didn't you? What was it? It was. It was. Something with a P maybe or Sherman. There we go. His name was Sherman. Yeah,
Sherman.
just
Okay.
it just has one of those faces that you like you want to hit it, but you like it wouldn't be very nice.
Yeah,
Um,
I think I remember him vaguely. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out.
okay,
love
well,
you guys.
you know what? You have fun with your friends here. I'm gonna go find your ma. What time is it? Like how long was I in there?
Don't even know. You've been
Great
in there all
question.
day.
That's useful. Well, it's dark out. You know, probably means I missed dinner. Your ma's gonna be just really upset about that. So I'm gonna go smooth things over with her, and we'll deal with the rest of this later. Hey, it's great to see you, son. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you brought your employee. I mean, your partners, your equal group thing.
Yeah.
It's great that they're all here and they're all equal. That nobody is above another person, unlike every other business it's ever been. And he's just kind of mumbling as he's going off.
We're not that
We're a
business.
collective.
Are you guys
It-
getting
I-
paid?
Don't worry about it.
They ran this business full. They basically my entire life has been around this business specifically. So they have a very set way. I think the concept of what we're doing is a little bit above what they are normally like used to. So that I don't think he really understands how to handle it.
It's
That's
okay.
fair.
My parents also utilized me for child labor.
Yeah, well, there's a
You're talking
There's a-
about the circus,
There's a
right?
pause, and then she looks back to Adesh and goes, like, just
I feel like at this point, because of the constant repeat, I feel like Mata was also like, "Hey, girl, you good?
Not a girl.
not.
Oh yeah, like, hey, pal,
But
you
I
good?
think the answer very clearly at this point is
Probably
no.
not.
I'm fairly certain Dilly hasn't killed anyone yet in the game. I think this is the first time.
I mean, not intentionally.
Maybe.
I mean, technically, this wasn't intentional either. You just
I'm gonna say, to
Flip the off
Dilly's
switch.
knowledge, this is the first time that they've killed someone.
so.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think the few times we've had Kika combat, Dilly has done non-combat things. So
Well,
Yeah,
'cause Dilly
or-
was
or when
originally
combat's
built
happened,
to
you
not
weren't
be a
here.
combat thing.
Yeah.
I would like to add the very first time I met Lex's parents, a lot of things about him made sense. Likewise, now meeting Mato's parents, a lot of things make sense about Mato.
Wow, Elias. Wow. Wow. Damn.
With that, unfortunately, that is where we're gonna end it for
We end the
tonight.
episode on a slight roast of just me.
As always, if you missed
Lord.
any of this, you can watch everything right here on twitch.tv/Zelda Universe TV. Hit the video button, and there's an entire playlist of Tears of the Realms. You can watch all of the chaos that has been over a year. We've been doing this for over a year now. So,
And if you want to go back to the first campaign,
as a reminder, tomorrow, right, Kiri, for your
Yes, tomorrow for Taskmaster.
When is it?
It is here, I'll put the Ko-fi link in for tickets. It's at Geeky Teas, in Burbank, and it starts at.
Way too far.
It is not. It starts at 7. Doors are
Oh.
at 6:30.
So if you've never,
when
if you've
will it
never
be on
s-
YouTube?
When the lovely Ryan Omega finishes editing it.
Okay,
which
so it'll go.
yeah. So we don't have as consistent of a release schedule because he is working all the time.
Gotcha. Cool.
But it
Has the
shouldn't
first
be
or
too long.
second
I'll let people
episode
know.
showed up on YouTube
First
somewhere?
and second are on YouTube right now.
Oh, cool. So anyway,
Yeah,
if you've never seen
third.
Taskmaster, it's amazing. And this is going to be even more amazing because there's lots of amazing people involved, including Kiri and Xander and Jenny and the other person that I can't remember their name.
Joseph.
There we go. Cool.
Joseph Jonathan Jr.
I have a hard time remembering my own name.
You're fine.
Um,
I just really
Mood.
love the alliteration in his name.
Yeah, the triple J's.
Anyway, again, this is going to be all for us today. And we will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.